for the subscribers.
Yes.
You know, and I like to ask, and John, I'll be roping you into the conversation shortly.
Yeah.
Please indulge me. For me, if indeed health facilities are behaving this way, charging unapproved fees, if individuals, like you mentioned Kofanochi, I'm wondering whether you can do what you did to other facilities to Kofanochi, where you talked about, a prison facility, where you take back some of their claims money.
Yes, a facility, a big
but
facility.
Is that what the law says? Doesn't the law say that close the facility or prevent them from making use of health insurance going forward?
No, it doesn't say that.
What does it say?
Because, David, you can discredential them, or suspension, depending on the gravity.
Can you do same to Kofanochi?
That is something that you are pushing me, which I might not be able to answer. Because
can you do same to Kofanochi?
If it becomes
because we're talking about people, we're talking about facilities that are making the health insurance scheme unpopular.
David,
you are saying that health insurance.
Please indulge me. You are saying that can I do this to Kofanochi if the gravity of their offense demands that we will do that? And then secondly, there's a big facility. I don't want to. It's a Christian health facility that is big within the certain community. We have suspended facility for 1 month and deducted some monies from their claims.
And that's what I'm asking. Can you do the same thing, Kofanochi? Because here we are. Kofanochi is a referral center. Everybody wants to go to G. Now, if I go to G with my health insurance card, and then somebody will charge some unapproved fees before they give me the treatment that I'm looking for, it's disturbing, it's worrying, it makes the whole scheme unpopular. Now, I asked an earlier question, Kojo, and that question was, what will make them behave the way they are behaving? And you say you cannot hazard or fathom why they will do that.
Yes.
Let me help you.
Okay.
You heard in the report that was played, one health professional made mention of the fact that if you go to, for example, the open market, prices of, let's say, some medications differ, they're higher. But for them who are operating the facility, because it's a health insurance accredited facility, the pricing of their medications will be different from the open market. So therefore they add or they ask patients to pay the extra or the difference in there just to be able to make some profit. Will you begrudge them?
Which is illegal because...
No, will you begrudge them?
I'll begrudge them.
In what sense?
And now let me explain why I'll begrudge them. Because we have a relationship with the provider. And the relationship, there are rules and regulations that governs our relationship. One is that we have periodic price review. In your report, your reporter said that it was about 20% increment in the prices. This is the standard rules of engagement with the provider. So, for instance, when we are reviewing the price, we anticipate a future increase in general price of goods and services, which is factor it in the percentage of increment. Okay, so if there's a problem, why do you rope in the patient whilst we are there? So it is illegal, David. That is why we have a relationship with you.
How often do you adjust the pricing of, let's say, medications and other things? How often do you do that? Because we live in a country where inflation is quite high. Now, fortunately, it's come down. But if inflation is affected or is affecting price of pharmaceuticals, and then you say, we have a relationship with you, so come and tell us about it. So we have talks, and then by the time they say they are done talking to you, and then there's an increment for them to be able to stay afloat, some of them might have gone under.
Listen, you don't just come to us to tell us that they have increased the price yesterday, so please increase the price that we have with you. No, we have periods that we do. In fact, last year, for instance, we increased it for about 3 consecutive times because of the prevailing prices of the escalating price of medicines. That was last year. Okay, and then this is more or less like a tripartite committee. It's not just the health insurance that sits somewhere to increase its prices. We look at market prices, and then the formula is developed by both us and them for us to come to a certain agreement. So it is really mind-boggling when they just unilaterally increase prices of medicine for our patients and telling them to do a top-up and all of that. We don't do co-payment. Co-payment is not part of the agreement that we have with our providers.
How do we do away with this?
Okay.
How do we make sure that the health insurance provides the, medical attention as required by subscribers?
Thank you very much. One is what we are doing right now, trying to let our subscribers know their rights. Secondly, punishing unscrupulous people who tend to take advantage of our subscribers, which we have done, and we are continue to do it. And then engaging our subscribers to let them know Because if you go some elsewhere, we have what you call the patient ombudsman. Even in advanced countries, they anticipate that you can have issues like this. Okay, we have just started. We are 20 years, but still we are just in an infant stage. So these are the things that you have put in place: punishment, engagement, education.
You talk about people to reporting. If it comes to your attention, if somebody goes to a health facility and unfortunately is charged unapproved fees, where should the person go and report?
Thank you very much.
Well, we live in a country where people are shy away from reporting some of these things because they have fears. Mikwa cocaine. So how do they go about it?
We try to protect the names and personalities of the people who come to report to us. For instance, at Konongo, we have a group of about 20 of our subscribers who were charged by a major facility in Konongo. And they brought their membership number. We engaged them. Now we have been able to retrieve all the money that we are going to call our patients and give our subscribers and give it to them.
Okay, so the unapproved fees that was charged or money that was taken from them.
Yes.
You have taken all the monies back.
Exactly.
And you're going to give it back to the subscribers who paid for those
exactly.
monies. And this is happening in Konongo.
Yes, we were lucky that they gave the receipt, which was more or less like an institutionalized kind of a thing. There are some of them that they collect under the table. And they will tell you, buyers beware, because if you go and you give money to somebody, please insist on the receipt. Because if you come to our office and say they collected an amount of money, it will be you, me.
But Kojo, to be fair, I take a sick patient to the hospital. I'm asked to pay some, let's still call it unapproved fees.
Yes.
You are saying that I should insist on a receipt. If the person says he or she is not going to give me a receipt, is that to suggest that my patient will not be attended to? And do you think I can withstand that? I will give the money anyway. I will not take a receipt anyway. If at the end of the day my patient will get well.
But David, that is why we are lucky that for every health facility that you go, they have a health insurance office in the facility. That has been established by the facility itself. Okay, they are distinct from the caregivers. They are a place that you can go to report. Because David, to come to think of it, how would I know that truly the amount of money that you are claiming that was collected from you were indeed collected from you? That would be very, very difficult. You understand? So, but if it's reported to us, we investigate. And I can also tell you that some facilities that we even had just rumors that they are doing this without even evidence. We have written to them and have evidence to prove to you.
But if you have offices, across some of these facilities.
Yes.
The officers who are manning those offices, what information do they bring to you? Because then they should be able to pick up some of these things when they do happen.
Sometimes when our patients, some of them are very bold and they go and tell them, they deal with it there and there. And then, being proactive, Health Insurance Authority is a proactive organization. We are going to establish what you call the pulpit. So if you come to my office right now, you can see the pulpit. It's like the pulpit in our church, which we are going to place in all major health facilities. That will be manned by some of our officers because we have moved a step further. Now the health insurance, as early as 10 o'clock, when you come to our office, you don't see clients coming to the office to register because of the innovation that we've brought forward. So we are deploying our staff to major government hospitals so that when you go and you have a problem, there's a pulpit, our officer is there, you go and talk to the person and we'll deal with the problem there and there. We'll not even allow you to go home for you to even feel the reluctancy of coming to us again.
When you go to the DV,